number 2 of the NASCAR Camping World Series East, and it's in Hudson, North Carolina at the Tri-County Motor Speedway. 150 laps, side by side, and we are ready to go. Oh, it's a gorgeous night here for the Tri-County 150. Mike Hogwood along with Phil Parsons. Phil, we've got a great field tonight for this race.
We really do, and a very raceable racetrack. We're going to see some two-wide racing all over this place.
All right, third member of our broadcast team, Derek Pernosiglio. He'll be patrolling down on pit road as you see what a great night it is. 86 degrees. Let's head down right now to Derek.
Guys, before we begin the race here tonight, everyone up and down pit road has been talking about forward bite. And the reason why is right here on the surface of this track. Look at the surface of this track. It's got like a gritty cheese grater kind of textured surface to it. It chews up tires, and you're going to have to save those tires for the race here tonight. Remember, it's 150 laps. If you stop, you're going to lose all of your track position. So, like always in the Camping World Series, tire management is going to be at a premium, especially at a rough, gritty old track like Tri-County.
Yeah, Phil, the 4 you start on is the 4 you got to end on, and that's not easy.
It really is. You can see right now 26 cars will starting this race. 150 laps, about 60 miles per, over 110 grand.
Alan Tardiff is on the pole. Now let's head down and get a word from him.
Mike, Alan Tardiff starts on the pole here tonight. He's a rookie in the Camping World Series. And Alan, what did you learn from that first race of the season at Greenville Pickens?
Well, I learned that keeping the tires on the car and getting a good qualifying position is really key on these short tracks. They're so hard to pass on that you really need a good qualifying position. So we were focusing more on a qualifying setup and get the car out front.
This is a tough little track. Where do you think the fast place will be to race here tonight?
I think later in the run, the cars are going to move up a half a groove to the second groove, and probably the fast cars are going to be passing on the outside later in the run.
Mike, Alan Tardiff starts on the pole tonight.
Thanks, Derek. And Phil, here are the points after one race. These are pretty much the results of that race at Greenville Pickens.
Yeah, our winner, Brian Eichler, not here, so he will drop from the point lead.
Well, let's take a look now at the lineup for this race tonight here in Hudson. Alan Tardiff, you just heard from him on the pole, along with Trevor Bain, who is driving in a new car this year, but this is a talented young driver.
Sure has won a race last year in the Camping World East Division. You see Jonathan Smith, that's Mike Olson's car, one of 2 Mike Olson cars in this field tonight.
Jared Johnson, that is Jimmy Johnson's brother. Ryan Truex, that is Martin Truex's brother. So a little lineage going on right here. And Derek, that's one of the neat things about this series, a developmental series. We see a lot of young guys, a lot of new guys, and we are under green. Front row, Alan Tardiff and Trevor Bain lead the field.
Alan Tardiff has a bit of an advantage on the bottom, but Trevor Bain is fighting back on the outside. That's a team car to Patrick Long that Trevor Bain is driving out of the Dave Davis stables.
And if you think you've heard the Patrick Long name before, you're right. That's a guy that's won a lot of road course races in his career.
He's won the 24-hour Le Mans twice.
Amazing. But he is back in the pack a bit. The 3 there is Austin Dillon. The 40 you saw coming up on the outside, Matt Kovaluk. But it is Alan Tardiff out of Lyman, Maine, who leads this field. Tardiff, former local driver in Beech Ridge, which is just outside of Portland, Maine.
Eddie McDonald's 71 car. Eddie won both races last year at Loudon, which is a huge race for the Camping World Series East Division.
Battle for third place, the veteran Kovaluk on the outside, and then a youngster, Matt DiBenedetto, in the 18 car. DiBenedetto is only 17 years old.
Yeah, and that 18 car, if that looks familiar, it should be, because that is a Joe Gibbs entry right there. You can see Joe Gibbs Racing Oil, the sponsor on that car. Had a lot of success with this driver development program. Joey Logano is one name that comes to mind.
Now we talk about young drivers. Here are 2 veteran guys, Eddie McDonald and Jody Lavender. Both of them have a lot of laps on tracks just like this one.
Yeah, Jody coming off his best career finish. First time out this year at Greenville, finished 2nd.
Lavender, a native of South Carolina. McDonald has been running for years, back when it was the old North Series.
Hey, Matt Kobluk looks to be really strong. He's fighting that outside and making it work. Gets by that 9 of Trevor Bayne.
The defending series champion, Matt Kobluk, who worked so hard for so long to get a championship, and he finally did it last season.
Goes Matt DiBenedetto on the outside on the 18 car. He's going to try to get by Trevor Bayne. Trevor gets a little bit loose coming off of 2.
Phil, we heard Derek talk earlier. You really can't race too hard too early here, not on a track as rough as this.
You know you have to have those tires for 150 laps. Look how high Matt's going. He's going up there to get some fresh racetrack. A lot of the guys in the garage area said the bottom of the groove, which is fast for qualifying, is a little bit worn out. So that's why the groove tends to move up here at this racetrack after you get some laps on the tires.
And again, a reminder in this series, when you go 150 laps, the tire rule, well, there is none. You cannot change tires unless it is NASCAR approved, and that's only for flat-spotted tires. Or if you're in an accident and gets cut down, they will approve a tire change. But other than that, you have to go with the 4 you start on. And so far, Alan Tardiff looks awfully strong here early in this race here at Hudson.
He sure does.
You know, you think about this track, Phil, and there have been a lot of big names who have raced here. All the Earnhardts I know raced for a time here. I think of Dennis Setzer, the great racer out of Hickory, who's come and spent some time here.
Yeah, we're so close to Hickory. A lot of the guys will run both racetracks. They'll run here and Hickory Motor Speedway. So we've had a lot of stars here this racetrack. And you know, one of the drivers in the field, Dominic Casola's parents, now own this racetrack.
Certainly this is a great track with a regular weekly late model show and very loyal fans here at Tri-County Speedway. You mentioned that name. Oh, and there is trouble here. Caution is out. That is the 44 car of Brent Moffitt, the Andy Santarone car. Moffitt out of Grimes, Iowa, the youngster who really had a good run in Greenville Pickens. In trouble here early after 12 laps. We'll be back with more in just a moment. This race has progressed. I think Patrick Long's done a great job of taking care of his tires.
He really has, because this is not a discipline that he's used to. He has a road racing background, very accomplished road racer, but that's so much different than what he's doing here, and he's doing a great job.
Jared Johnson talked about that smoke coming out the rear a moment ago. There's a little bit more of it right there, but he is still motoring on.
It almost looked like when he got his car a little bit loose that maybe the left front fender could have been rubbing a tire as the car comes up off the corner and the front end lifts a little bit. Maybe that caused the smoke.
And if you're wondering about pit stops in a race like this, there aren't any. If you come down on pit road, you have no chance to win. Oh, there, almost in the wall. Lavender got pushed up by Trevor Bayne.
No caution as of yet.
Doesn't look like serious damage on Jody Lavender's car.
Trevor Bayne, I don't think, saw Joey Lavender up there. Moved out to the outside wall to take his normal line to get his arc into the corner, and Jody was there.
Well, no caution, no harm done, no foul.
Ooh, that was close there.
Jared Johnson, Patrick Long. This is the battle for third place. Patrick Long in the 03 wants it.
Jared Johnson just turns hard left. Pulls right down in front of Dakota Armstrong. Caution.
Caution is out. Our fifth caution of the day. There has been a spin. That is the 16 car of Jonathan Smith. One of the Mike Olson entries has spun and brought out the yellow flag.
Austin Dillon really took advantage last time on the restart. Got the lead from Matt DiBenedetto. Now Matt is in the same place. He's in the same position, but Austin is going to slide him up the racetrack a little bit.
Austin Dillon wants the lead, and I think he's going to get it. Now look at DiBenedetto come down back on the inside. DiBenedetto will take the lead at the stripe.
Got a great run through the center of the corner. Was able to squirt right out in front of Austin Dillon.
Meanwhile, Patrick Long, Matt Kobluk, third and fourth. Jared Johnson in fifth, but he wants to take that position away from Kobluk.
Yeah, Jared is having a terrific race right now, battling side by side with Kobluk. Looks like he has the advantage for fourth.
Jared Johnson making a name for himself here at Tri-County Speedway. Now in fourth place. There's Alan Tardiff, the pole sitter. Jody Lavender still running strong. But this is Austin Dillon, grandson of Richard Childress, out in front.
There's Dakota Armstrong. Dakota is bound and determined to make the bottom of the racetrack work. Going to get to the bottom of Jody Lavender on the inside. Matt DiBenedetto continues to lead. He's got about a 3 or 4 car length lead now on Austin Dillon.
Well, with the laps winding down in your Austin Dillon, pretty soon it's going to be go time. You've got to really start using whatever tire you got left to try to get up there.
With the rules that we were talking about just a little while ago in the Camping World Series, we know we're going to have double foul restarts if we have a caution flag. That's how we wrestle the lead away from Matt DiBenedetto the time he got the lead. So he may be just trying to save his stuff, and if we get a caution flag, use it then.
Great point. That would be good strategy on the part of Austin Dillon, knowing we're bound to have another caution before this lap is over. We're 30 laps away from the finish of this race.
Jody Lavender, the 88, continuing to have a good run. Remember, he finished second our first race out at Greenville for best career finish. Dakota Armstrong, that 4, continuing to run the bottom of the racetrack.
And even though he's on the bottom, he's really not gaining any ground on Lavender or Alan Tardiff or Matt Kobaluk, who has drifted back from his spot up front. And let's get more on that from Derek Bernasiglio. Derek?
Your defending champion, Matt Kobaluk, is having problems out there. Talked to his crew chief, Perry Waite. He said the car just got real loose, real fast. They've lost the right rear on the car. There's actually no rubber left on the right rear at all. He's got no forward bite, and he's loose all the way through the corner.
That's not good news from Matt Kobaluk.
It really is. You know, Derek talked at the very beginning of the race how abrasive this racetrack is, and tire management being the key. You know, Matt Kobaluk really set a strong early pace, but you know, he may have used that right rear tire up. It's so easy to spin that tire. You wouldn't think it'd be easy to spin tires here, but ooh, a little contact there with Patrick Long. But it looks like he may have used that right rear tire up. Racing hard right now with Jody Lavender. Here's our pole sitter, Alan Tardiff, the 38 car right behind that group.
And Tardiff has run a very smart race. May not have had the car that can win here. He put it on the pole, and this youngster wants a good, solid finish, and looks like he is going to get it.
Did a great job at Greenville with his first top 10. He only raced a handful of times prior to coming into the season. There's a little contact with Matt Kobaluk getting in one.
And before that good run at Greenville Pickens at the start of this year, Tardiff had only run in 4 events in this series and had never finished higher than 17th. But now looks like he is ready to contend every week as a top 10 driver.
Yeah, bright future for Alan Tardiff. Trevor Bain, meanwhile, fights back on the inside. That's the groove that Dakota Armstrong has made.
So this is going to be something special here.
Patrick Long was on the outside, does not go. Austin Dillon's going to be able to take advantage of that and move up beside Matt DiBenedetto.
So it's DiBenedetto and Austin Dillon.
Look at Austin Dillon racing hard on the inside. Contact!
And Patrick Long may take advantage as he comes on the inside.
Ooh, caution flag. I think they will revert to the previous lap. That will give the lead back to Matt DiBenedetto.
Back, and here we go again. Green, white checker. The key, Phil, is this restart.
Boy, Austin Dillon really timed that restart. They made a little contact. Austin has a lead for now.
Austin Dillon in that black 3 out in front. DiBenedetto. Now he's got to do the chasing. Alan Tardiff is coming on, and look down low. There's Jody Lavender. 3 wide. Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Oh, my goodness.
White flag. Ooh, more contact.
White flag is out. This is really going to be something here.
DiBenedetto gets the lead back on the last lap.
How about that from the 17-year-old? Austin Dillon second. Does he have another chance in him? I don't think so. No. DiBenedetto and Jody Lavender spins at the finish. It was with DiBenedetto out in front, and watch behind him.
Watch Jody on the bottom of the racetrack. He slides all the way up into Alan Tardiff, gets out of the throttle, then Patrick Long comes along. And Jody was awfully slow. He makes contact, turns him around. Jody will actually finish 4th in this race, makes a little contact with the inside wall.
Well, it's tight, short track racing, and we got a lot of great stuff tonight. DiBenedetto the winner, Austin Dillon, Alan Tardiff, Jody Lavender, Patrick Long in top 5. All these guys in the top 10, I thought, ran great races.
Yeah, great top 10 finishes. Dakota Armstrong, Ryan Duff with an 8th place finish, and Dustin Delaney gets a top 10 finish.
Matt Kobaluk finishes 10th. Jason Pattison ran in the West Series last year. Not a bad day. Eddie McDonald got the most out of that car.
Yeah, Kyle Fowler in a one-off race for Kenny Schrader comes up with a top 15 finish.
And Jared Johnson, what tough luck for him. He had a top 5 run going, and then engine problems relegated him to last place.